Well, hello and welcome to Knife Delights. Today we are going to talk about fish knives. And is a fish knife a toothpick, or is a toothpick a fish knife? I don't know. We're going to discuss all of that, and we're going to go over these fish knives. But before we get started on that, I have a fish knife that's been all torn apart. I did not get any footage of me, taking it apart. But I just want to show you what one of these fish knives looks like when it's all taken apart. So hang on just a minute and let me get things rearranged. Okay, so this is a fish knife that's been all taken apart. I don't think I filmed me taking it apart, but I've taken it apart. I've done some sanding on it. You can see the different liners here. And here's one blade here. I know I have soaked it in Evaporust once and got rid of a lot of rust. Here's the back springs. I've really worked hard on those. But as you can see, it looks like there's still a little bit of patina or rust down in there, no matter how much I sand. So I'm going to give them another soaking now that I've sanded on them. See if I can get rid of some more of that. Here is the secondary blade, the fish scaler, hook degouger, cap lifter. And this is what the removable bail looks like. And you can see I don't think I got that one soaked because there's still rust on that, so we need to remove that. And here's the big thing. Here's the covers. And as you can see, these covers, and I kind of showed it in the restoration I did on J.O. Ventures toothpick. No, Barlow, Granddaddy Barlow. These covers slide on and they hook here with these little tabs. And I was always afraid taking these apart, but now that I know how to secure them again, I'm not so afraid of it, I guess, is what you would say. So they just would, yeah. Got the wrong side. But anyway, they just slip on and hook into these little pieces here. Must be this one. It would just slide on and hook. So, but the other thing was, on this, I've always been afraid to take these covers off, but you see there's rust there? That means there's rust underneath this. So I'm going to take the bold step, since I have this knife all taken apart. If I'm going to put it back together, doesn't do any good to leave a rusty spot underneath this cover, so these original covers are going to have to come off. And that's what I'm going to be doing. So, hey, just real quick, let's do that. Let's just do that really, really quick. Now, this knife is a Jowica out of Ireland, and we can talk more about Jowica. But let me see here. What am I going to use? You can see it's just kind of like a laminated paper type stuff. And I talked to the knife doctor suggested, I think it was him anyway, we can probably just get some wallpaper or something that looks like this and we can get new covers on. But see there? See how it looks underneath? See all that rust? If I'm going to go to all these steps, I might as well do it all the way, right? Even though I hate to take these original covers off. But they get old and brittle. Oh yeah, see that? So let's do that. Let's give this all a really good soaking. And I will be doing a video on the total restoration of this knife. So here's my Evaporust. Throw those in there. And I'm going to go ahead and just throw those parts back in there again. Give them a good soaking. Like I said, I've taken it down this far. We might as well do it the whole way, right? Okay, back to the video at hand. Again, these are fish knives, and they are on a toothpick frame. Now, I am only going to speculate here. I don't know the history behind the fish knife or who made the first one, but the old toothpick, see here's a toothpick that needs worked on. You know, folks, right now I'm just tired, but someday I will be retired, and I've got a lot of good projects to work on when I get the time. But anyway, so here's a toothpick, a little smaller frame, but some would say, or have claimed, that, you know, the toothpick was actually designed as a bird and trout knife, kind of one of the original bird and trout knives. And you can see why it would be good for cleaning small game and cleaning fish. So again, I am assuming that somebody just came up with the idea of, well, let's just add another blade with a fish scaler on it, and or modify a blade such as this hammer. So this is a single bladed fish knife, but it's got the scaler up on top. So that's the only difference between, you know, this and this, is this has a scaler on top. So here's an example of a one-bladed fish knife, and this is a hammer brand. Yeah, beautiful covers, aren't they? Just gorgeous. I love the coloring in that. And I've got, these are all 4 colonials, and these are big fish knives. And you can see the size difference here. So yeah, there's your hammer. Here is a 2-bladed imperial. Again, very nice condition. Nice covers. Of course, got that great crown there for imperial. Imperial USA. So you can have a 2-bladed fish knife, and you got a hook degouger, scaler, and a cap lifter, and a very nice clip point blade. So this is a little bit smaller frame also, as you can see. And what else we got here? We got another 2-bladed one here, and this is an imperial also. You can see the covers are worn on it, but that just gives it some character. Again, 2-bladed fish knife. And I got an old Camco. Boy, is this one beat up. This one's in bad condition. But it is, I will say this, it is solid. Now you see these all have kind of the shell covers on them. It's very thin. I don't know what kind of metal that is. But you can see this is an actual, these are actual bolsters here. So it looks like actual steel. And then some sort of a Delrin type material here pinned on. So this Camco there, hold on, let me wipe that off. And of course Camco was a brand from Camillus. But yeah, it this one got used. But look at the little short, it's not broke off because the hook degouger is there, but look at the length of the blade. It's pretty short, isn't it, compared to the others? But it looks like this blade's been worn off, sharpened down. Somebody got a lot of use out of it, but it's just another fine example of a fish knife. You can kind of see the size comparison there. Much smaller. Okay. These top 2 fish knives up here I got from, was gifted to me from John from Minnesota. Just a couple of wonderful knives that need some restoration work done on it. But as you can see, the shield there says fish knife on it, so that there's no confusion. You can see the liner is bent there, and we got a little bit of blade wobble there. So I'm going to have to take these covers off and try to tighten that pivot down just a little bit. But other than that, it's a beautiful knife. Plenty of blade left on it. And these are big ones. Yeah. You can even get a hook out of a big old catfish with this big old long blade. So there's one. Here's another one that's just about like it. Again, it's a Colonial. And you can see it has, I believe, a removable bail to it. And this one's missing the bail, so I can probably make one to put in there. But again, this is a, listen to that action. For an old knife, listen to that. Yeah, we got some rust issues, and that we will be taking care of one of these days. The back springs are pretty rusty, and it's not surprising if somebody has a fish knife and they're keeping it in their tackle box, it's probably going to rust on them. Here's another one, and I know these two here are from Bill. Folks, I lost track. Somebody just gifted me this one, and I can't remember who sent me this knife. If you watch this video and you sent me this knife, please let me know. I got a whole bunch of them all at once, and I lost track. But, yeah, this one's in excellent condition, too. Good snap to it. Does have a little bit of rust issue that we can take care of. But, no blade wobble. She's solid. So, yeah, just another fine example. And then, lastly, what we got here, John from J.O. Ventures sent me this. Now, folks, this thing looks brand new. I mean, I don't think this thing has been used a bit. Just a wonderful single-bladed fish knife from Colonial. Just look at that. There are no scratches in the bolsters. There's not a bit of rust on it. And that green color, that bluish, almost bluish type green color, oh, I just love it. It just pops out. So I showed this one to my older brother the other day, and he thought, well, maybe some guy got it for a Christmas or a birthday present or Father's Day or something, and then he just went and put it up and never used it. Because, yeah, it's got to be brand new. New old stock almost. Well, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this little video on fish knives. One of these days, I'll break out my toothpicks, and I need to do a video on how I'm going to fix these covers, redo these covers, and sharpen it up, polish it up on that toothpick. So you can look forward to that. I will be working on putting this other fish knife back together, and I'll do some videos on that. So until next time, have a very delightful day.